Before I start this review, I would like to mention that in the description box of this video and all other reviews are direct links to certain parts of the video. Say you want to go right to my review and opinion, you can by clicking on the link. If you don't care about the production of the film, that's cool. Click the link and skip it. Two Catholic vigilante killers from Boston believe they are doing God's work by ridding the streets of criminals. The Boondock Saints is a 1999 American crime film written and directed by Troy Duffy. The story was inspired when Duffy witnessed a drug dealer taking money from a corpse at his apartment building in LA. Duffy was a bartender and bouncer before writing his screenplay for the Boondock Saints. After he completed the script, he passed it off to a producer's assistant at New Line Cinema. This is when the Boondock Saints took Hollywood by storm. Duffy was approached by multiple producers for the rights to the movie. Paramount offered $500,000, which started a bidding war where Miramax ended up winning, giving Duffy $450,000 to write and direct the film. This is unheard of for a first-timer in Hollywood. The documentary Overnight chronicles this story in detail, which I recommend watching. In a nutshell, Duffy behaved like a complete asshole, causing much tension in the project. Eventually, Miramax stopped the production, and Duffy was without a contract and no one to make the film with. Eventually, Duffy would get financing through Franchise Pictures with a budget around $6 million, half of what Miramax initially was giving. Because of its heavy violence and its release coming on the heels of the Columbine High massacre, the movie had a very limited theatrical release, with only 5 screens in the US playing it. Duffy didn't give up and funded some screenings at a Blockbuster Video, which they eventually released as a Blockbuster exclusive. It gained a cult following and became a bestseller when released on DVD. Duffy signed away his rights to the DVD sales, which resulted in the principal cast and crew not receiving royalties, in which Duffy sued and eventually won, which gave him an undisclosed amount of money and the rights to the sequel. To put it in a nutshell, the movie earned around $30,000 in its theatrical run and grossed $50 million in video sales. The movie was filmed in Toronto, Canada, and a few of the final scenes were filmed in Boston. It stars Sean Patrick Flanery and Norman Reedus as the McManus brothers, and William Dafoe as FBI agent Paul Smecker. The movie also features Ron Jeremy as a role of a scumbag pervert gangster, which is his best performance to date. As filmmakers, this movie definitely has a unique story. It is something that I haven't seen before. It definitely tugs at the moral strings of the heart and mind. Is killing bad people okay? I guess each person would have his own opinion about this, so it creates some conversation between people who have seen the film. And as filmmakers, that is exactly what we want. We want people to talk about our film. For your next movie, try to create a line that people can be divided on. This will help you and your film be talked about for ages, even after you are long dead. So watch the movie and you will understand the uniqueness I am talking about. The twists and turns are executed pretty well. Another thing we as filmmakers can take from this film is the presentation of the flashbacks. Anytime the brothers are going to execute members of the mob, we are shown the scenes leading up to it. The shot fades and we see the aftermath of the chaos. FBI agent Smecker proceeds to tell us what went down. We are then graced with what happened during the murders, and I feel this is a great technique. It eliminates the dialogue that FBI agent Smecker would be giving to the other officers at the scene. Remember the simple rule of filmmaking: show, don't tell, and we are always shown what happens in the Boondock Saints. Other than that, the directing is alright. Duffy did have a talent for it in my opinion, even as a freshman. His screenplay was unique and deserves credit. The acting all around is okay as well. William Dafoe is great though, a little over the top, but it works. Norman Reedus though keeps going in and out of his Boston accent, which once you hear, you will always notice.
I can't believe that just fucking happened. Is it dead? Oh my god.
Finally, the Boondock Saints will teach any filmmaker what not to do in Hollywood and the filmmaking business. And if I wanted to explain everything in detail, it would take forever. So I recommend that any student of film, or professional to that matter, watch the documentary Overnight. You will learn way more from that than I can explain in a YouTube video. On to my opinion. I loved the Boondock Saints when I was 17 years old. My girlfriend at the time and my best friend showed it to me, and I contribute this movie to making me want to become a filmmaker. So needless to say, it has a special place in my heart. But do I recommend watching it? Is it good? Well, after watching it again, I would say, yes, it's a pretty decent flick. A solid, fun movie to watch. Grab your popcorn and give it a viewing. And if you know Toronto, try and spot some of the locations they used. I would rate this movie as a 70 out of 100. Thanks for watching, guys. What do you think of my review? Have you seen the Boondock Saints? Do you think it sucks? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to Film Fixins for more reviews like this. Next week's review is undecided, but check out our Twitter account and I will give a hint later this week. Thanks everyone, take care.